Hey guys, Monochrome here. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. Genuinely good to have you. Today we're going to take a look at a neat little survival saw made by Tops Knives. Now let's just get into the disadvantages first. Even though this is a very thin, very compact, extremely lightweight saw, there are some disadvantages. First one, it will not fit inside of an Altoids tin or a similar size tin if you want to make a bare minimum or minimalist survival kit. Unfortunately, as you can see, it will not fit. This is a brand new Altoids tin, still in the plastic, standard size. I do plan on using it to make a minimalist survival kit, which I will be showing on my channel sometime down the road. But as you can see, there's the saw in the folded position. It will not fit in a standard size Altoids tin. So that's the first disadvantage. And as usual, specs in the description box below. Go check that out when you're done with the video. So let's get the Altoids tin out of the way. Second disadvantage, when this thing arrived, there were bits of loose plastic here and yeah, there were just a couple of loose bits of plastic. As you can see there, right there, that's one bit of loose plastic that I actually cut off or took off. And yeah, so this arrived fit and finish not exactly up to top standards. But then again, this is an inexpensive, very lightweight, very thin survival saw. But you know, a couple of pieces of loose, frayed plastic, that's just not a good look. All right. Oh, another disadvantage. Unlike somewhat similar sized hacksaws that you can purchase at Lowe's or Home Depot or Ace Hardware, and yes, this is a hacksaw blade. This is not a woodcraft saw like you would find on a typical Swiss Army knife from Victorinox. These teeth, not quite as aggressive. This is definitely a hacksaw. You can, of course, buy similar size, compact hacksaws from a hardware store. Although I don't think you'll find one this thin and this lightweight. But because it's a hacksaw, this is terrible for cutting through cordage. I mean, it's great for cutting through metal. It's great for cutting through wood. It's fantastic for notching wood. But anything else, no. I mean, it will cut through a hollow PVC pipe, but those edges are going to be frayed like crazy. So please keep that in mind. This is pretty much made for metal or in a survival situation out in the wilderness for wood, and it's fantastic for notching. But yes, it's a hacksaw blade mostly made for cutting through metal. It does a great job on wood. Everything else, no, not really. So please keep that in mind. And unlike those other small hacksaws at your average hardware store, this blade is not replaceable. As you can see here, it is pinned into place, meaning when you've used this a lot and it goes dull, you basically fold it up and throw it out and buy a new one. The blade is not replaceable. And Another thing that I personally don't consider a disadvantage, but others will, this thing does not lock into place, as you can see. In the lower position, it's nice and tight. It's not likely to open up on you in a pocket. When you're opening it, it's a little bit loose, but not too much, just a tiny bit. When you open it all the way, you get a really good friction fit to hold it open without it slamming down on your fingers. But as good as a friction fit can be, it's still a friction fit. There's no lock mechanism. That does contribute to the fact that it's extremely thin. But yeah, no lock mechanism at all. It's held open with a friction fit. So you do have to be a bit careful. Now, because this is a saw, and you're going to be using it for sawing through wood, that's not a disadvantage to me. Although I can see how that would be a disadvantage to some. So please keep that in mind. No locking mechanism. Also, when this thing folds down, I'm not sure if you can hear it. Yeah, I think you guys heard it. The teeth, because this handle is so incredibly thin, the teeth do rub up against the sides of the handle. Now, if you're opening and closing this a lot of the time, that's not going to be good for the teeth. So, yeah, but it is, again, extremely ridiculously thin. And you definitely want lightweight and thin for anything that you're going to carry in a small survival kit or in your bug out bag. This will easily fit. The secret to loading up a bug out bag, quite simply, try to get items which are thin and lightweight. I mean, if you can pick between two similar items that do the same job, one of them is short and thick and the other one is longer and thinner, always go for long and thin, especially in a bug out bag where space is going to be at a premium. So long, thin, lightweight, preferably multi-use. This is not multi-use. This is a hacksaw / survival saw. That's what it is. But this would make an excellent saw in a small to medium survival kit. This would make an excellent backup saw to a larger saw in your bug out bag. I mean, it weighs practically nothing. I'm not even joking. This thing feels like it weighs literally nothing. That's what it feels like. Long, thin, I mean, really ideal as a backup saw in a bug out bag. Once again, will not fit in an Altoids tin, but a slightly bigger, small survival kit, absolutely. Absolutely. All right, and as you can see, it has these little beads raised from the handle, which aren't too aggressive, but they do help in getting a good hold of the handle and using it as a saw. Now, once again, I wear large size gloves, and as you can see, I can get a full grip on this handle. Another good thing. And you do get a functioning lanyard hole. That's going to be useful for some individuals. Price isn't too bad. You can usually pick this guy up in a pack of 5 for about $25. They are sold separately. Now, I'm not sure if Tops sells them separately, or if unscrupulous third-party dealers open up the packages of 5 and sell these individually when they shouldn't. Part of me thinks that's the case, but I am definitely not even close to 100% certainty on that. And I've seen these being sold individually for about $9, or you can get 5 for about $25. So, yeah. Let's see, what else? I mean, there's really nothing much else to say about it. It's just a really good survival saw. If you need something for notching traps, these teeth work extremely well for that. If you need to cut through thin or small limbs, it works extremely good for that. Now, be reasonable. This will not cut through a huge, thick tree trunk. Let's just be reasonable. But teeth like this will help you process quite a bit of wood for your fire. Just be realistic as to what this thing is capable of. For what you get, this is really an excellent survival saw. There's not really much else to it. Now, I have heard that this black handle is Kydex. That's what I've heard as a rumor. Yeah, that's BS. This is definitely not Kydex. I seriously doubt Tops Knives would be selling these 5 for $25 if this black handle was Kydex. And I mean, honestly, I have experience with Kydex. In real life, this definitely does not look or feel like Kydex. I think it's just basic ABS plastic, maybe a slightly higher grade of ABS plastic, but definitely not Kydex. Overall, though, absolutely excellent, small, lightweight, compact survival saw. Highly recommended. All right, guys, I hope you liked this video. I'll see you soon in the next one. Please take care. Please continue to stay safe.